I think, are running now. Are running now. Are running now. Yay! Good evening. Hello and welcome along to some more rFactor 2 and another rFactor 2 Thursday at Overtake.gg. Now this time we are looking at Botniaring in Finland. And the settings has been wrong somewhat, because we were supposed to have a dry qualifying and dry race for race 1, and then the wet stuff should be coming in for race 2. So a quick reload now, and then we should be ready to go. So we're going to do a quick little warm-up before we head into qualifying, so that we can maybe get some of the water off the track. Well, as far as, well, it has stopped raining, so yeah, okay. That didn't work. Let's try again. So it was like 26 degrees on the ground, and the sun is out, so well, you can actually see the dry line starting to form already. So the question is, I've gotten a wet setup from you, but how will that fare when it's getting drier? Yeah, 60%. idea. The track went down from 100% wet to 60% wet in just a couple of laps, so double dry line coming out of turn 3. Yeah, I think we're almost ready to go. Now, this will be an interesting qualifying session as well, and with sorry, be an interesting qualifying session as well, then with the what do you call it, with the tactics of qualifying. With the track will continue to dry, so will be an advantage to go out late, but at the same time it's only 4 minutes of qualifying, so you don't have all that much time to do your qualifying lap. So decisions. So just waiting for qualifying to start now. Hello. Bequeathed. Some names are more difficult to to pronounce than others. Soviet engineering at its finest. Yep. I do have the Discord chatter going on in my left ear as well when I'm doing this, so that's why I might go quiet mid-sentence sometimes. But it's a drying track. It has been 100% wet, and it is getting increasingly drier. Mr. Mirval is in this one as well. 6th fastest time in practice so far. Ooh, and he's actually been behind me in practice. Yeah, friendly competition. Yep. Well, Ole and I have known each other for 15 years or something now. So and we raised each other for all those years. So we kind of know where we have each other on track, and we can push each other a little bit extra compared to what we would have done with the others. So, yeah. Well, this is like a round of the My Favorite Championship, isn't it? With the Skoda Fabia. Skoda Favorit, sorry. Where everyone is supplied with one kind of tire. So there is no advantages for anyone with more money or anything. Yeah, so race 1 will be in dry condition or drying conditions, and the race 2 will be back into wet conditions for that. Nope, started that way too early. And of course we had the downside to this being a Super Bowl session. So that you only get one shot to put in a good lap time. Of course I might not be the only one to mess up. I'm surprisingly close to the front anyway. Huh. That's interesting. I have 3 drivers behind me. So let's skip the replay and go back to live. Paul has retired back to the pits, so he won't be setting any time. Eve went off big time. Oh, to the back of the tire stack as well. Then. Okay, so Eve will be Jack is through, so we're now, it's only Crash then we're missing. And damn, just realized that Ola's been faster than me by a tenth. Well, almost 2 tenths. Yeah, Eve in at 9th fastest. Oh. There's some rally driving by Crash. And fastest by half a lap, by half a second. Right, so let's see, set starting order, and so I can imagine.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now?
So 1 point something liters per lap. Yeah, that'll be... So this is a new procedure for the start of this race with the recon lap. So that's the recon lap done. So everybody could go to the pits and go for another lap. It is something that's not being done all that often. And now we get a formation lap. Yeah, there are some really good liveries in the base mod. Dennis is driving a custom livery. Crash is driving a custom livery. Jack is with a custom livery. Ole is driving with a custom livery there. And Yves is with a custom livery. So there is quite a few custom liveried cars on the server, on the grid. It's nice. Rent a girlfriend. So, yeah, no pink from him today. That's true. So he's thrown on some some furry stuff instead. Right. Gotten some temperature into the brakes, if anything. And we're finding our grid spots. And then we're ready for racing. Okay, countdown is going. And we're off. Another 20-minute adventure. Okay, so I got a bit of a gap down to Malcolm. Oh, Scott is leaving the door open. I'm not fast enough to be able to make use of that. And I do the same thing as I did in qualifying. Oh, hold on. Yeah, okay, we made it. Actually made a little bit of a gap to Scott over this one lap. But I do see that I'm locking up the fronts quite a bit. So I'm trucking the car sideways instead into the next corner. Exactly what you want on dry conditions. But yeah, it's very easy to see that I'm not as fast as the guys up ahead. Although they are also, sorry, a little bit helped by some slipstreaming there too, of course. Oops. Yeah, I'm well over a second slower than the fastest lap that Crash has put in. Oh, and Dennis is running wide. All is through. The Furmobile up to second. Now the thing is, we will be running out of tires towards the end of this race, because we're already only 5 minutes in And we're down to 86% on the left front, 85. Looks like Eve is all over Scott behind us. Yeah, and Eve is past Scott. And Eve is fast, so he will be catching up to me rather rapidly. Oh! Unless it does that, of course. There shouldn't be a pit stop, really. Unless you really want to, of course. And of course, given that we're driving 2 races of 20 minutes each, there is no need for a pit stop, really. Back when we did endurance races on Fridays, we had a pit stop, especially when we did some multi-class racing, because then we were driving 50 minutes to an hour in the race, and with the LMP2s and the hypercars, they needed some more fuel to get through the entirety of that race. And of course, we do when we do the Group C races, we tend to use and drive 1 long race instead of 2 short ones. And we've also often we've added double fuel usage for those races. To add some and now I got derailed because I'm talking about the best lap time of the race on Discord. Yeah, no, the Group C races are more tactical stuff. Well, it depends a bit on setup, how lively the rear end is. You can slide the car around a bit, but to be honest, you feel more the understeer than the oversteer on the dry asphalt anyway. by with the default setup, you're a bit more. It's a bit more snappy, a bit more sideways. But the setup that I'm using now is the one that Eve sent, which is for wet track. .67% on the front left. Oh, that's a big gap down to Scott now. But on tighter corners, on tighter tracks, you can pull the rear end out a bit more. And of course, if you're going really hard at it as well, then you will also get a bit more sideways out of the car. Oh, big understeer mid corner. Still on a new personal best. Oh. Side by side stuff. And then it's to the inside of is that crash down to third? Might be crashed down to third actually. Oh, crashes down to 12% on the front left. Oh yeah, but Crash is struggling big time with the tires. Bum 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 bum. Is it enough time left of the race to catch him though? Tell that the track is rubbering up, because despite the tires getting more and more worn, the lap time still comes down. Still a very big gap down to Scott. Oh, big slide. .4 and I presume that's all who has done a 117.6. Oh. Like taking a baby from candy. No, wait. Yeah, the fresher tires made this a lot easier than it should be. Ladas just disappeared at the front. So 2 more laps then out of this first race of the evening. That was pretty close to handing that podium away. I wasn't too far away from a full opposite lock there. I don't expect things to be that much tighter for race 2. Because the wet is usually dividing Or spreading the field out a little bit more. That being said, it's not that far between the top two. Oh, yeah. Well, sorry, it is. That's a lapped car in between there, isn't it? Have you reached 0 on the front left yet, Crash? Yeah. Well, that's a podium in race 1. Awesome. That's nice. So far, if we look away from the Group C race, that was that one race. I think I've had a podium in every race that we've had. Well, we've had 2 races on the evening. I had podium in one of the races for since November, I think. So I'm on a good streak in that regard. Huh. Scott in 4th. So Scott also managed to overtake, crashed in one of the last 2 laps. That is that's interesting. Well, that was the dry race, so getting close to qualifying then for race number. Yeah, I was surprised with that. Now it starts reloading. And there we have the rain. Then it would be the opposite of the previous qualifying, and best to go out early. Right, time to go sideways. Let's load this setup. 20 liters should be more than enough in the wet. Let's go out and reacquaint ourselves with the track. So 50% rain. Let's try that again. 50% rain and 40% wet on the track. Oops. That's what she said. Right. Time for qualifying. That's a bit brighter now. But sorry, because the rain is supposed to be less hard in qualifying and in the race. So it should be another private qualifying. Looks like it, yep. Yeah, only 5% rain. So it is in a way a bit like we had in the LMC, the Le Mans Classic thingy in mid-December. That was some light rain in that. Of course, that was on Le Mans, so it didn't really do that much to the driving itself, other than moving the brake points a bit earlier. Because Le Mans is a pretty straightforward circuit anyway. But it still was nice to see a little bit of weather. Okay, not the best exit onto the flying lap that I've had. It was a lot more tidy out of turn 1 than I had in the previous qualifying. Trying to be a bit careful with the throttle application as well there. Because as fun as it is going all out sideways, it's not very effective. It's using quite a bit of time. Yeah. 122.6, so I'm only half a second off of the best lap time currently, but that's pretty tight. 5 cars within half a second. Oh, yeah. Right, so let's see, I need to set the grid again. Set starting order like so. So Ola was half a second faster than anybody else, and then it's a half a second between the next 5 guys. Pretty tight between Paul and Malcolm there too. So that's why I turned on the hacks today. Right, anyway, I will go for a quick toilet break before we start the second race. So I will be right back.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now?
Furry power indeed. He's afraid to have people behind him. There we go. So Daniel is driving with one of the default liveries. Dennis is with a custom livery. Scott with a default livery. Eve is driving with a custom livery. I am driving with custom livery. Paul is with a custom livery. So Paul, well, most of the custom liveries in the field is made by Eve, because Dennis's livery is with a kind of old classic livery that Dennis has used quite a lot. Paul's livery, no, not Paul's livery. Jack's livery is also with an old livery. Eve's is the monster. That's a V8 supercar livery, and this is also a livery from the Australian Touring Car Championship, the one that Paul is using, which is also created by Eve. Let's see, Malcolm is driving with a default livery. Paddy has gotten a classic yeah, well, that's an old rally livery actually from so that's a good timing of that lag. Well, getting that when I got out of the pits. I thought we were still in warm-up and not on the recon thingy, so I'm glad that I caught that people were going on the oh, and people are talking so much on the Discord that I'm getting all confused and tangled up. You know, I caught people lining up on the start line, so yeah, so I realized it was in the recon mode. The crash is on the custom livery as well there, and I think Daniel Uff is driving the Alitalia, so that's one of the default liveries. Well, in one way it tells you all you need to know. Right, I do have time for a sip of something to drink before I start. Right, we're about to start the warm-up lap. Or formation lap, or what you want to call it. And I would advise everyone to put the headlights on as well, because then you're easier to spot in the mirror. Yes, they are. Yeah, in one way I was a bit more thinking of Eve, because he's quite fast, so he will make his way through past some people. No, it's tactics. Yeah. Parking at an angle. It was sandwiched in between the two cars. Hello. Welcome to some sideways stuff in a different fashion. Not very easy to make out where the corners are. in all this spray up ahead. Well, no, Ole is driving. He is in second position on track. So, yeah. Oh, Daniel. Scott left a lot of room on the inside. Big sideways moment for Dennis up ahead. That's some MotoGP braking, isn't it, into the corner, going that much sideways. And Daniel is really on it behind me here. Yeah, it is a fun car to drive. It is actually the same model as we have in RBR. It is the exact same model as we have in RBR. So the delivery I am having using on my car now is the one that I used in the Cup of Peace and Friendship in RBR last season. Oh, no, 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 no. That's on the stop on the steering rack. Oh man. Oh no. Dennis has the wrong setup on his car. Yeah. I was so close to going around. Oh, I do have that fastest lap. How did that happen? Big lag. Oh, Dennis. Yeah, because now it says 0% rain on my screen. Yeah, I've got 40% wetness on track. Oh, see, the bonnet went from spotty to dry. And then it's slightly wide. Got a better exit out of it. And I have lost my fastest lap time of the race. Which I, in fairness, should. Oh, is it Eve behind me now? Could be. Oh, Dennis. So the two race admin is 1 and 2 in the race currently. So I did better my lap time, but Ole also did better his lap time, so that's actually a dry spot there on the track into turn 2. And now Ole is free, so we will just continue to increase the gap down to me now, because he is naturally faster than I am. I need to work to try to hold on to this second position, because Eve behind is quite fast. It's Scott in the position behind. I thought it was Eve. Well, it doesn't really matter who it is. I need to work to keep our second position anyway. Yeah, the last lap I was a second slower than Ole was, so and now on this lap I am slower than I was on the previous one. I don't think the gear ratios are locked I think you can change around the gear ratios. But I think I think most of us are driving with the same setup anyway, because the setup that Eve provided in the first practice session before the first race, that is the one that most of us are using, because that's a lot better than the default one in the wetter conditions. The good thing about a wet race like this is that the tire wear ain't that bad. So easy to spot where the track is dry now. Especially if you look in the mirror. You can see the spray when I'm out on the wet stuff. And in places you can actually see the dry line really starting to form. Still braking a bit too much for that corner, I think. Yeah, I've certainly come a long way since the early days of Gran Turismo indeed. That was my very first racing game. I got the very first PlayStation and the first Gran Turismo along with it in 1997, I think. 96 or 97. So I've been driving or playing racing games for the better part of 30 years. We're getting the weather now that you were supposed to set up before race 1, through practice and into race 1. Yeah, the only thing missing is the only thing missing is the mosquitoes. Look at that, sunny weather. Ooh. Oh, Malcolm. Scott is coming back closer behind me again here. Woohoo! So that's a good evening of racing. So third in race 1 and second in race 2. Huh. Speaking of Destruction Derby, there we go. Awesome. People jumping off the road and Dukes of Hazzard stuff going on. Right, well, I think that will be it for tonight. I will be doing some RBR through the weekend. Maybe not on Saturday, because I will be leaving at home. I will be leaving home at 3, somewhere around 3 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, heading out to Rally Finnskog, the second round of the Norwegian Championship. So I'll be out in the forest all day and then a long drive back home again in the evening. So I don't expect to do anything on Saturday. But there will be some RBR on Sunday anyway on the channel. So anyway, do enjoy whatever is rest of your Thursday, and I will catch you all later. So take care and goodbye.